Hey everybody, you got Garage Guy coming to you today, and I just wondering, how many videos are there here on YouTube about the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield? Don't matter if it's 9mm or 40 cal. There's a bunch of them. And they all pretty much have the same thing to say, just a few minor little differences. And you might wonder, when is enough enough? Well, not right now, because you know what? Here's another one. Alright people, the name of this video is M&P Shield. Third time's a charm. And why do I say that? This is the third M&P Shield I've owned in the past year. Now the first two I owned, I got videos up here on YouTube about them also. The first one was called I Owned an M&P Shield for 6 minutes, which was the truth. I'd got it. My niece and her family was in visiting from the Delmarva coast. She'd been looking for one as a gift for her husband. She only found one out there, and it was about $100 more than it is here in this part of Virginia. I said, well, tell you what, I can probably find another one here a lot quicker than she could out there and a lot cheaper. So I let her have that one. And all's good with that. You know, it was a family thing. Then I couldn't find it so easily. That was in June of last year. In December, I finally found another one. Bought it. I got the video up about it. It's called I'll Keep This One Longer Than 6 Minutes, which I did. Great little gun. Had no problems with it. No malfunctions. Well, I had a Taurus PT-111 Millennium Pro I'd sent off to the factory. And I'd got it back. And that thing was a practically new gun. The only thing that was the same on it was a barrel and guide rod. Anyhow, I brought it out when I got it home, tried it out. Man, that was probably the best gun I'd ever fired. And I was really happy with it. I had the Shield and that practically new PT-111. A few days later, a buddy of mine come by, and I guess he caught me in a generous mood. He made me a cash offer. I couldn't refuse for my Shield. I went ahead and took it. 5 minutes after he pulled out of the driveway, I got paranoid. I said, what in the world have I done? A couple of days later, I took the PT-111 back down here to my little shooting area, and I couldn't hit nothing with it. I looked down at it. The back sight was ready to come off. I could move it with my hands. I tried to tighten it back down. It would not tighten up. I said, screw this. You know, there's another old saying, 3 strikes, you're out. I had nothing but problems with that gun from day one. I had it 19 months. And out of those 19 months, I couldn't use it 10 of those months because something was screwed up on it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to bash Taurus over one crappy gun. I hear their new G2 models are really good. But 3 strikes, man. First strike was a guide rod. Second strike, cracked frame. And then a third strike. I couldn't tighten down that back sight. Screw it. Well, I called around, and the last place I happened to call for a M&P Shield in 9mm happened to be my local dealer in town. Usually they'd be the first I call, but they hadn't had one in months. But they were the last one I called, and they had one. I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I got there in about 5. I put that Taurus up on the counter. I said, make me an offer. I want that Shield. And they made me a heck of a good offer. Also, I found with it, I bought this extra. They had in stock 8-round magazine, pink extension. It already came with a 7-rounder and an 8-rounder, so I got another 8-rounder, and they took 15% off this. This one right here, I'm hanging on to it. I put about 300 rounds through it so far. No malfunctions, just like the first two I had. I'm going to tell you this. I don't care if I'm broke, hungry, laying in a ditch half naked somewhere. I will not sell this one. I keep gravitating back to the M&P Shield because it is a really good gun. I went out and tried out the Springfield XDS 9mm. It was alright. Had a few more bells and whistles on it, if you know what I mean. But $130 more than the Shield? No, I don't think that was worth it. I know you get what you pay for, but the Shield is not a budget gun. And neither is that XDS. But as far as overall performance and the last two Shields I had, why should I go to something different? You know, other than curiosity. I like the XDS, but it's not worth $130 more to me. Plus, Smith & Wesson made in America. That means something to me. I'm not knocking the Croatians. They make a really good gun, considering that Springfield line. We got some nice looking women over there too. But made in America, that's the way I'm going to go. Hey, you know, this is the third one I've owned. And unless I have a, I don't know, what do you call it, a brain fart, I'm not going to sell this one. Yeah, when you have those brain farts, they can make you do stupid things, you know. But, you know, don't go out and buy M&P Shield because I like it. You don't buy something because one person likes it. You know, another person might get it and they may not like it. That's all well and good. You know, don't go by my opinion, but go by my experience with this gun. I've had nothing but good experiences with this. The grip on it does feel a little flat, you know, but that's where you're single stack. You can get you some Talon grips or a Packmeyer grip or whatever. Okay? I'm not gonna, you know, take it apart and all that stuff. We already know how to do it. Like I said before, there's a million videos about the M&P Shield here on YouTube. Everybody knows what it is, and I'm just throwing my hat in the ring and telling you, from my experience, you can't go wrong. Okay? You might want to go out and buy a Sky. You might want to go out and buy a Kel-Tec. Spend a few more dollars. Like I said, you get what you pay for. Okay? And the Springfield XDS, the only differences in this and the XDS, to me, is like I said, bells and whistles. You got a little more aggressive grip. You got a little bit better trigger reset. And that's saying something because the reset on this is really awesome. And the sights. People like that fiber optic sight on the front of the XDS. That's all well and good. These sights right here, 3-dot white sights, I'm just fine with this. Bells and whistles do not make a gun worth $130 more than the Shield. Well, I've rambled on long enough. What do you say we do a little shooting montage here? This is Garage Guy. I'm getting out of here. When you go shooting, be safe.